Lauren, one of the first, as usual. Leanne, good to see you. Monica, Jenny, Hesketh. Am I saying that right? If I'm not, well, correct me. Who else did I miss? Other people are coming in. Oh, Will's connecting his audio, so I won't shout him out yet. I said it right, Hesketh. Oh, hey, there we go. I feel so special. I did something. Good morning, everybody. You guys coming in. CJ. Daniel, let's get those videos on, everybody. Daniel's working on it. He's like, come on now. There we go. Thank you, CJ. Good to see you, man. Christiana, good to see you. Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. And while you guys are filtering in, how many of you want to break into luxury or just increase the amount of luxury deals that you already have? Drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chat. How many of you want to break into luxury or just increase the amount of luxury deals that you have? Hesketh, break in. Will, glad you're here, Will. Good to see you, brother. Both, I like it. Andrea, you're back. It's good to see you again. Andrea says break in. Andrea, I have seen those nails. You were made for the luxury market. True. What?
See?
I love it. I love it.
That's the first step. Get you some nails.
Yeah. Walt and I gonna show up. I love it. I love it. Man, Lauren says break in as well. Jenny's had one, would love more. Yeah, I get that. Walt. Desiree, glad you're here. Oh, Vicky, what? The Epic State Broker from Tennessee is here. Vicky, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Good morning, Ashley. You're here. Shane made it. Oh, Shane must have. Whoa. That's a compliment, Drew. Shane's here. That means he really wants to learn this. Glad you're here, Shane. The run. What? Man, it is a party today. I am happy as can be to see you guys. Rachel, glad you're here. This is amazing. Kathy, remember to get those videos on, guy. Unless you're driving. I know two of you said you were driving. Safety first. I will not be the reason that you crash. No way.
Me either. I'm not taking that on today.
Uh-uh. Sometimes people are like, it's fine. I'm like, no, I'm stopping your video. Like, I ain't doing this, man.
For everybody's safety, not just yours. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Well, I know the true stories behind all those things too. I used to be an EMT. So, yeah. All right, guys. So the quick question again on the screen: how many of you want to break into luxury or increase the amount of luxury deals you already have? Because like 20 of you entered the room since the first time I asked that question. So put it in the chat. I'm curious. I'm curious. Keep it coming. About one more minute, and then we'll get started. You guys know we are punctual. They're on more.
More. Just more. No specifics. Just more.
Just more. Just more. More what? More. It's like my kids.
Of all of it. More of all of it.
My son. He's just like, more. More what? More.
Yeah, just all of it.
Come on, Dad. AJ, thank you. I was going to attempt the name, if that was like but I didn't even know where to start, if I'm being honest. So thank you for putting AJ in the chat. That helps me. I would have tried though. I'm not afraid to try. Marcy, glad you're here. All right, all right. We're almost going to hit it. Let's go. This is awesome. Look at all of you. Steve, you're here. Dana, you're here. Oh my gosh, I love it. So many people. All right. 5 after. We start on time. I'm mindful of your time. You're mindful of my time. Together, we are here. So let's get into it. So this call is for you If you're tired of realizing you need way more deals and stress to hit your income goals at your current price point. Anybody relate to that? Come on now. You know, you know. Maybe you occasionally land luxury deals, but want them rolling in consistently, not randomly. I mean, come on now. I would rather have a predictable income than an unpredictable one. Duh. You want more free time for the things that actually matter without sacrificing your income. In fact, if you can, you'd prefer to boost it. And you've always dreamed of stepping into luxury real estate, but have zero clue where to start. Anybody relate to any of these? Yeah, yeah. There we go. So remember, there are 4 conditions for being on the call. Okay. Number 1 is video on. We are a community, not blank screens. You can't turn your video off with clients either. What's up? So let's get that video on again, unless you're driving. I know some of you are driving, not all of you. Don't even try to play me. So you're driving, be safe. All right, number 2, distractions off. You guys did not show up today to be distracted. No way. You came here because you said, man, there's something here that I think I can learn from. And you know you won't learn it if you aren't focused. So turn that phone over. Do what you got to do to get focused. Participate. Our calls are different. We're highly engaged. There's going to be questions, activities, so much happening that you are going to get out of this as long as you're participating. And one of the most important ones is go make someone's day. Take one piece of something you learned today and go share it with another agent, maybe your broker, maybe a loan officer. Just go bless and make someone's day a little bit better. Is that enough? Because that's one of our principles. And that's why this call exists for free for you today, because we believe in that. And then I have a small favor. We do all this free. I would just ask you one little favor. Subscribe to the newsletter, open the newsletters, because that really helps me, and click all the links, the ad links. You don't have to buy anything. I don't care. Click all the links. And that helps me a ton with my open rates, delivery rates. Google's very, very picky. So this helps me, and it's a free way. Okay. Everybody hearing me okay? On my screen, it was glitching a little bit. So I want to make sure. Is it smooth on your end? You hear me clear? Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right. And there's so many still coming in. And then AJ asks, can we ask questions while you talk? Just drop questions in the chat. And then we'll come back to them. We have a really consistent process of how we do this, and we want to make sure you don't miss out on anything. So yes to all the questions. Just make sure you drop them in the chat, and we will get to them. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So the luxury market problem. Let's talk about it. This is Drew. And here's one of the problems she was facing. She's been pouring endless hours into deals, but the payoff isn't matching the effort. She needs fewer deals with bigger returns. She's also missing out on key moments. She even told me this, that we can share key moments with her older daughter. And she refused to make that same mistake with her youngest daughter. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. It's a hard balance to find. It really is. After relocating to a new state and really a new country, clicking with first-time homebuyers anymore. And guys, by the way, it's okay. Everyone is for you, and you aren't for everyone. Okay. She needed a market that aligned better with who she was becoming. So what's a Drew to do if she wants to? I worked hard on this one, guys. I thought this is so perfect. I wrote that. I was like, this is hilarious. Make more money from what she's already doing, have more time to be present with family, and feel truly fulfilled and resonate with the clientele she serves. I think we can all relate with those desires. Okay. This is what happened. She said, I'm going to break into, you like the little like mini Drews, by the way? Okay. So break into the luxury real estate, starting with a single text that later would lead to currently holding a $6.7 million listing with over 40 million closed or in the pipeline already. And then she's still hustling, but she's earning sometimes all the way up to 13 to 14x per deal than what she was making. Anybody want to make for, for for what you do? Yeah, that's pretty nice, right? All right. And then of course, she's got her time back. No more missed family moments, right? More fulfillment and happier clients. So Drew, I got a quick question for you. What was the moment when it hit you that you needed to shift out of selling basically average price homes? What was that moment where you're like, this doesn't work anymore?
When I got to Texas, coming from a higher price point market in Vancouver, Canada, I got to Texas and realized there was homes here that were selling for 250,000. I was like, this is not going to be a trade-off that I'm going to be able to do. So as soon as I got here, I realized that it was time to be in the million plus category. That was
Dang.
the moment.
I feel that. I think we can all. Andrew, you said my audio's going in and out, guys. Is it going in and out for you too? Does anybody have an issue with that, or is it just Andrea? I'm hoping it's just Andrea. Sorry, Andrea, but I'm hoping it's just you. Just a little bit on the 10x part. I installed a new graphics card yesterday, so I'm really hoping it's not messing me up. Welcome to. All right, let's keep going. So here's step one to take Drew's story and make it your own. Ready? Step one. What is luxury? Before you can break into luxury, you need to define what luxury is. It is not the same for each and every person in this call. Okay? If you're used to selling $40,000 trailer homes, and I know someone who does, luxury might be $100,000. That's literally double, more than double, right? So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to define what a luxury price point is to you. Okay? Is it making 10K per transaction? Because it's really not actually the price point. It's what you earn. It ain't luxury if you're selling $1 million home, but you're making a $500 fee on it. It comes down to your take home, right? So Drew told me when we were talking about this that she typically targets 60K or more per transaction. That's kind of her goal. Now, obviously, she's going to have a range. We're all agents. We always have ranges, but there's a goal that we're typically going towards. Okay? So you need to define for yourself what that is. Okay? And to phrase it differently, right, is would it be a referral you're excited to receive? Or is it a referral that just makes you feel like you're just going to do the work? You're going to get through it. Or I shouldn't say no because it's a referral. I have to take them all, right? All right. So establish for yourself really what your luxury commission. I know you guys are doing price points. I shouldn't have said price point. What I should have said was
Yeah, I was
commission.
I was just gonna say that too. You got to really know what you want because there's going to be some variations in commission splits and stuff like that with luxury.
Yeah. Yeah. Super important. So let's kind of tweak what I just said. Drop in the chat what your commission per transaction is for you. That's luxury. And again, for some of you, it might be not about just going, oh, I want to make all the money all the time. You have to understand who you are and what is luxury to you, right? So Kathleen says 30K. Thanks for kicking us off, Kathleen. I love it. Joellen, 50K. Vicky, 30K. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. As people are typing, Drew, why is 60K per transaction your target? Where did that number come from?
I had a 60K transaction one time. I like that number, and it's just something that's stuck. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I like that price point. So going back to price point, I like 2.5 to 5 million. I like that price point. They move a little bit quicker than say a 10 million. It's gonna be like we were talking earlier. They move just a little bit quicker. Same amount of work.
So there was a couple identifying reasons. One, obviously, when you get a taste of the good life, I mean, let's be real. It's I mean, guys, you all probably remember your biggest transaction. I mean, I know I do. I can still tell you what it is, and it was several years ago. We remember that, right? So it makes a big impact. And honestly, that is something as a business leader that is very wise for you to strive for, you should want to make the most amount of money for your time. It would be foolish for you to be like, yeah, I mean, my business model is I make the least amount of money as possible for my time. Like, that's silly. You're just going to find your sweet spot, right? Of where that is, of where you can confidently serve and earn at the highest level, right? All right. So let's keep going. So now I want you to drop in the chat why you chose the number that you did, right? Drew just explained why she did. Why did you choose, right? Edgar said 10K. Jessica, you said 30K, right? Where is that number coming from? Desiree's already on it. She said it would cover all I need for a month. So that's a great way to look at this, right? Is what makes it feel like luxury to you? Luxury to you could be like, I made 10K, all my bills are way into savings. Let me tell you, compared to the vast majority of the people in the world, that's unbelievable luxury, right? So you got to find that. William says, would be a huge boost for business and essentially double my GCI production. I feel that. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Lauren says, I chose it because it seems life-changing at each transaction. Edgar says, I'm new to real estate. You're in a great place, Edgar. I'm really glad you're here. I hope you hang out with us some more. We're gonna hook you up. We're gonna take good care of you. Andrea, what rules outside of real estate? Yes. Is that not real luxury though, guys? Is the freedom to move beyond just working the job to make ends meet? Whoo! Not many people can do that. Not many people can do that. That's some luxury right there. Oh, love it. Vicky's got her numbers down. She's like, I know exactly where I need to be. I'd expect nothing less of you, Vicky. You are amazing. You're amazing. All right, let's move into step 2 now. Let's talk about who to contact then. Okay, so we know what luxury is. So now we have to figure out, okay, how do we connect with the luxury clientele? Right? Okay. So first are some simple ways that Drew gave me. You can search for the MLS for new builds in your target price range. So you're going to have to kind of do some reverse engineering. All right, I want to make 25K-ish per transaction. What does that price range kind of look? And remember what Drew said. There's going to be some negotiating that happens. There's going to be some ranges depending on even the source of the luxury, if it's coming from a builder versus a singular client. All of these things have to be factored in. But you do need to kind of figure out, okay, where is a rough price range? Do I need to be at 800K to 1.2 million? And roughly, if as long as I'm in that range, I'm going to hit generally close to where I need to be, right? Because obviously, if you're trying to make 30K per deal, it doesn't matter what you say. It's never going to be a 200K thing to do that for you, right? So you have to kind of get that base of where you need to start and go up from there. Would you agree with that, Drew?
Definitely, you have to know where you're going and you have to know your product.
Love it. Love it. And we're going to get into that one too. So then the other thing that Drew does is looking up custom home builders who build at that purchase point. Remember, this is luxury. You have to think differently than you're accustomed to, which is just waiting for a deal to come to you, waiting for someone to present the opportunity to you, waiting for another agent in this room to present the listing. Go find these price points. Go find these builders, okay? Of course, you guys heard this a million times, and I tell you what, networking never goes away. Relationships are everything. Everything, okay? Network with top producers, luxury agents, luxury vendors, and services. Okay? You guys hear that? It's important. Too many of you just see other people and either you're indifferent or you view them as the enemy. We don't do that here. We're all way too smart to know that that is not how you build a lasting legacy, by turning everybody into an enemy or not caring about others. Okay? So a couple examples, you can also attend conventions and meetups where your ideal luxury client is, and providers, remember that, and providers show up as well. And then, of course, this one was cool. I actually didn't think of this one, and I should have. Drew mentioned leveraging land listings, even not your own, because then what you can do is you can connect with spec or luxury builders looking for their next project. That's a big deal, right? And it doesn't cost you anything to be able to find those land. Just time. Just time. Okay. So, Drew, for you, what's your number one most successful method for connecting with luxury clients? Like, what is your top one?
My top one is luxury open houses. It sounds old school, but that's my top one. Luxury open houses, not too high because then you get people that are just looking at the home, but something right at that entry of uh, luxury is what
Right.
works
So,
best for
like,
me.
basically, if someone finds a range, and let's say it's 800K to
Mhm.
1.2, the open houses that you're trying to do is the beginning of what luxury might be
Yep.
in your area. Because
Yeah.
when you go to the top,
900. Yeah. 900 would be a good one. Make sure I just always pick out great, either a great build or something that has great staging, and then make it your home for the next 6 weeks until it sells.
mm, love it, love it. And okay, so I'm a little curious too, like, well, but obviously it's working, duh. So we're not going to get into your whole open house strategy. That'll be something that will
Mhm.
get maybe people here who want to connect more with Drew. This will be a great reason for you to connect with her. But like, why do you think the clientele responds well to the open houses, right? Why do you think these types of clients are showing up and are being involved, like versus, someone doing an open house on a 250K home and nobody shows up?
People are still showing up to both price points, but it's how they're showing up to the price point. It's how you show up
Mm.
to the price point, right? So you need to know your product. There's no just coming in, throwing a sign in the yard and hosting your open house. When they come in, you need to know that neighborhood, have some other listings that might be coming, know a builder that they could connect with. You need to really be that liaison for this type of clientele. They can, and you know what, real estate agents are going to jump up and down all over the place when I say this. Anybody can do our job. They can fill out the paperwork. They don't want to have to do that. Right. So when they come into an open house, they want you to tell them what the open house is, where it is, what's going on. Right. So you need to actually connect. I can have an open house and only have 2 or 3 groups through and have a buyer out of that open house. Some
Mm.
weekends you don't, but you connect with them. You follow up with them and you provide the service, the concierge white glove service that everybody talks about with luxury, right?
I think I really loved what you said about yes, people are showing up to both price points, but how? Because one, I mean, if they're in a luxury level of purchasing power, right, they can more than the average person. I mean, they just can. They have more options. They can do different types of loans. They could potentially go and buy a piece of land and then build a spec home. And right, so there's just a capability that, as much as I would love for this to be true, if you come and buy in the median area where I live, you're not, those people coming in those open houses are not almost ever able to afford to buy a piece of land and build a new home on it. That just does not exist, right? That's just the truth. That's the reality. So I have to be a more of an expert at what that type of clientele typically is capable of doing, right? Versus turning around and, like you said, understanding what the other options are that this type of clientele has. So I think that's really powerful. All right, guys, let's move into step 3 now. We actually get to take a look at the text. But okay, so I want to play a little game here. Okay. I want you to drop in the chat. So remember, we said one text that kind of started this journey for Drew. Okay. What do you guys think? I'm going to ask you two questions. The first one is, who do you think Drew texts first with this? Like when she started her journey of luxury, do you think she texts a luxury agent? Do you think she started texting a luxury builder? Maybe a luxury broker? Who do you think she sent the first text to? Drop it in the chat. I want to know. I'm very curious. Very curious.
I'm curious too.
Andrea, luxury agent. Ron, lender. Oh, I like the Ron. He's like, you didn't mention lender. You trying to hold out on me. I'm going to say that. Kathleen, builder. Edgar, broker. Lauren, luxury builder. Hesketh, builder. Will, she texted someone she knew personally. And oh, I like that. Will's like, no, I'm going
He's a
deeper, going deeper.
he's a sneak attack guy. Okay,
Right?
got it,
Right.
got it. A
Ernestine,
caterer.
builder. Vicky, a caterer.
She's thinking
Oh,
outside the box.
I
I
love
like this.
that. Yeah, come on now. Shane, luxury for sale by owner. That's a curious one. I don't even know. Do they do for sale by owners in the luxury space?
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. That just seems like if you have the money, why would you even, do you not value your time?
That's the conversation I have sometimes.
I love this. All right. So, Drew, answering that one question, do you actually, I didn't even, do you actually remember who was I think I remember.
This is to get the open house text. This is the one that we're using, right?
Yes. Yes.
Luxury builder that
It was a builder. Okay.
has a portfolio. That is my go-to. That's where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in that space. My husband was a builder in Canada. He's not a builder here, so that's not how I'm getting all my listings. Just gonna let you know that. But that's how I do it because I know they have an inventory. Then they're going to continue to have an inventory. They don't see me as competition, none of that sort of stuff.
Dude, that's so powerful. And I want a testimony to the thought process you just went through is when in my first year in real estate, I followed all the things that I was told to do and I wasn't making money. And I said, I have to go where inventory is. So I started going to local builders and hosting open houses in their models that haven't sold yet because
Mhm.
the listing agents were happy. I was doing free marketing for them and they didn't care because they have the listing. So it's not like there's any threat. They have a relationship with the builder. I was just helping them. And I did a bunch of other things to help it. But by the end of my first year in real estate, I sold 34 homes. Like I went where the opportunity existed. And remember, I didn't even have all the listings from the builder. I did actually pick up some, by the way, because the builder was like, whoa, hold on. Like, you're actually working your butt off and doing way
Mhm.
more. So here's the text. I'm going to read it for you guys too, because I don't know how to zoom in with Canva. So I'm just going to read it for you. Don't worry, though, if you're like, I can't read this or I don't want to forget this. If you're subscribed to the newsletter, you'll get the replay, slides, everything on Friday. And at the end of the call, we'll drop the subscribe for the newsletter link for you too. So, hi, this is Drew from Epic Realty. I saw your listings, 123 Banana Street. I think you said Banana Street to me too. Everybody says Main Street, and you're like, nah, I'm different.
That's Glenda. She's my one of my all-time favorite realtors. She's from Atlanta. So take a look at her after. She's great.
I love it. Banana Street.
Mhm.
I'd love to host an open house at date and time. My process includes door knocking the neighborhood on Wednesday and Thursday, same day feedback, and everybody signs in. Let me know if that works this weekend or if you have any other properties you'd like me to host. Super complicated, right, guys? So complicated, right? Something that nobody else could do. I mean, guys, the principles are still the same. The builder needs a house to be sold. The luxury agent that you're hosting the open house, guess what? They need it to be sold. And most agents who host open houses do nothing. That's just the truth. They think the open house is the activity. No, the open house is the vessel for the activity. Oh, that's a good line. I need to save that.
That's great.
That's a
We
good
need to
line.
put that on t-shirts with llamas. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
This is awesome, right? So the open house is the vessel, and then she's coming in and saying, "This is how I actually," because open houses don't sell homes. Agents working those open houses in these strategic ways that Drew is putting there. That doesn't change from luxury to any price point. The house needs to get sold, and the more effort you put into selling the house, the more likely someone will want you to help them sell it. It's powerful, guys. It's not complicated. It's not. When I was talking to Drew, we kept emphasizing that in our call again and again. Guys, this is not complicated. There's still people who just want their homes sold. Right? All right, so now it's your turn, guys. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna go into a breakout room, and when you're in that breakout room, now that you have your definition of luxury, that was step one. Who to contact, that's step two. Okay, and then what to text them, that's step three. What you're going to do is write down what you're willing to do for luxury open houses. So notice how Drew had specific things that she said she would do. Okay. Don't lie. Don't overinflate. You're going to write down the things that you're willing to do. Okay. All right. And then you're going to edit the text. Forgive me. I didn't actually put this. I normally have a Google Doc that I send to everyone, and I forgot to do that. So instead, just write down the list. I don't think I can. Uh, Misa, do you think you can you go into Canva and copy and paste the text into the chat from that slide? Can you do that? Can you try that? I don't know if it'll go quick for you. But the most important part is that you're writing down what you're willing to do for luxury open houses, just like Drew did. She didn't just say, yo, let me host your open house.
No, and don't, try and think of things, you guys, that aren't isn't going to cost you huge amounts of money. All these agents come in and they have fancy, they want to do mimosa bars and all that sort of stuff. That is amazing once you start seeing lots of traffic, but you just need to, the most important thing is to know your neighborhood and know your product. So think about that while you're doing your list.
I love that, by the way. Solid, solid advice. Now you know Drew's not just trying to waste your time. Like, too many times you just have people who just say random things. But you guys know, week after week in our calls, how often do we tell you to spend money? It is so rare because the highest impact is what you as an individual are willing to put out because that makes the relationship so solid. Right? Imagine it was an AI voice here speaking like a robot to you and not me. Would you guys still show up in the same way? Would you still feel the connection? Would you still feel the effort? No. I put so much effort into this that you guys know you're going to get something here. You know that. All right. So, again, write down what you're willing to do for those luxury open houses. And then if we can get the text in the chat, we'll drop it there. If not, just focus on the list. That's the most important part. Read out that list to your partner in your breakout room. I said open house. In your breakout room and get their feedback. Just get their feedback. Give their opinion of what you're offering or if it even makes sense, right? It needs to make sense to the person on the other side what you're offering, okay? We're going to do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. We're doing great on time, which I'm super happy about. So we're going to do about 5 to 10 minutes. The emphasis again is on the list that you will do for open houses. How will you help them sell this house? Door knocking. And you know what's so cool about Drew's text is she even said very specifically Wednesday and Thursday. That makes it feel tangible and real and planned. Those details are very important, right? Instead of just saying, this script works, you go, the script that booked 3,000 listing appointments. Then you go, whoa, 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 that feels so much more real, so much more tangible. Okay. All right. So type yes in the chat if you want to join a breakout room. I assign this manually. They're not pre-made. So I need those yeses in the chat. And then I just kind of go down the line in order. So here we go. Getting them set up for you guys. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to be saying your names out loud. I'm not crazy. I just have to say them out loud so I don't lose track. I'm a little bit crazy, actually. Let's be real. All right. Kicking it off with Andrea and the Rome. Just bear with me, guys. Again, next up, Kathleen. Christina. Singer names like my daughter. We sing everything. Laundry, going to the bathroom. You name it. I sing it all. Vicky's going into a breakout room. Whoever's getting Vicky, man, you guys are in for a treat. AJ. Oh, AJ, you are in for a treat. Vicky is one of the best people you could ever connect with in real estate. I'm excited for you. Jessica and Desiree. Again, you won't see the invites yet. Zoom makes me put everybody into a room and then send out all of them. Okay. Oh, Jessica just disconnected. So, Edgar, you'll be going in with Desiree in just a second. All right. Let's see. There's so many of you getting into these breakout rooms. You know how happy that makes me, by the way? This is actually where you get the work done. This is where you start to feel accomplished. You walk through some simple steps. Now you're going to put them into practice, and you're actually going to leave a coaching call where you feel like you actually did something. Isn't that kind of nice? All right. Last call for anybody else to drop yes in the chat if you want to be in a breakout room. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay. Um, Desiree, I'm gonna move you into a room with um, Edgar because Jessica just dropped out. So just give me a second. So many rooms, like I'm like trying them all. All right, here we go. Invites are coming your way. Alex, I'm gonna throw you in with Andrea and the Ron. They're gonna be amazing. So you're gonna love them because we don't have a person exactly for you. Okay, there we go. Invites are coming your way, guys. Jump in, jump in. Boom, 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 boom. I love this. Sweet. All right, everybody, you should have them. I love seeing this. This is so cool, Drew, to see everybody actively going step by step with us. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody, by the way. If I did, forgive me. I try. I wish there was a better way to do this, but not everybody on the call. I just don't want people in dead rooms. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone in the call. We know this. All right, Drew, while everybody's having a blast doing that, you and I are going to have some more questions. So, what is the mindset shift that made luxury kind of feel possible for you? Oh, I gotta unmute you. Oh, my bad. There we go.
There we go. I was like, I think I'm muted. Um, the mind shift. I have the how hard can it be gene. So it's not that hard. Don't complicate the process. You'll get yourself stuck in analysis paralysis. Just go do it. Go do it.
I
I have
love
so
it.
many agents that are like, I can't do luxury. I haven't sold this many houses, and they make it an unobtainable goal. Just go do it. Just go
You know
do
what's
it.
funny is we just do that in general too. Like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to work with me. I'm a new agent. And it's like we just set up all these barriers that there may be sometimes validity in a logical sense,
Mhm.
but people make emotional decisions first. And you don't have to be a great agent to sell a lot of homes. You just have to be someone who understands fears and concerns and knows how to address them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I am by no means the smartest agent. By no means. Do I feel like I'm probably above average? Sure, but that just naturally over the years of selling lots of homes and running teams and being around great agents like yourself, you just absorb knowledge. But I'm not like a genius. I just, like again, 34 homes in my first year. I was a new agent. No one wants to work with me. Well, that's not true. There are people who want to work with me. I just need to find them. They're there, right?
Yeah. And there's, Ryan Serhant says, do the work and the work will take care of you. And he's completely right with that one. Just
Mm.
do the work, right? So the work is I still tomorrow am going to be out knocking doors, dropping off invites for my open house this weekend from 12 till 3 on the weekend. I still do those things. Now, do I do them every weekend like I did when I first got to Austin? No. But I am still doing those things because what I do today is what's going to happen in 90 days, right? I'm going to see that movement, right? So still got to do the work.
I love it. I love it. It's such a big deal too, and people miss out a lot when they get in their own way
Mm-hmm.
and they don't realize just how much opportunity is waiting on the other side of that fear, those objections, like things like that.
Mhm.
It's crazy. All right, so next question. What's one of your favorite or kind of like surprising moments since you started this, since you started breaking in? Like, again, it could be anything. Like, it could be a random relationship. It could be, oh my gosh, like this thing worked and I didn't think it would work. Like, give me a moment that just really stood out to you through this journey.
Well, it's kind of a bit of a waterfall, but my favorite moment is back at EXP, I started a team and I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We are doing something a little bit different. We were doing more of like a referral based team. And I met a woman who has now referred me $25 million in business. She is an agent herself and she
Wow.
knows everyone. She knows everyone. She just called me. She said, hey, I want to be part of your team. And now we are really good friends. We do a lot together. It's one of the most random things. A team isn't necessarily for me anymore to run,
Yeah.
but that is one of the greatest things that's ever happened in my life and one of the greatest relationships I have. It then got me some land listings that got me in connection with one of my luxury builders who got me going with this to be built process that I'm doing. It's just a huge waterfall. So you never know that one connection or that one phone call or that one person that you chat with. You just treat everybody kindly and how you'd want to be treated and give them the most professional advice because she has only sold 300,000. I shouldn't say that, but $300,000 worth of homes with me. But the relationship has been I could probably link it to almost every listing I have right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
In
crazy.
some form, right? Because now I work with this builder that because I had this land listing that he wanted
It's all
personally,
connected. I
it's all
completely
connected.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's just wow. Like, and so that relationship came from you just being out there doing the work,
yeah,
basically.
just showing up and talking and being an open book, kind of like what you're doing here too, Robert, like just sharing what I'm doing and my knowledge. And she was like, wow, you know what you're doing, you know what's
Mm.
going on. And I was like, well, I should hope so. I'm out here charging people money for my services. So yeah, I know it's been a really, that's probably the greatest phone conversation I've ever had in my life.
I love that you said that basically she knew, or at least it was given the impression, right, from your effort. I mean, what do they say, right? Like secret agents don't get paid. Like we people have to know that we are the person to go to solve their problems.
Yeah, and we have 18,000 agents in the Austin area. 18,000. And
Yeah,
we have some mega big players here.
you
We have
do.
some that are doing 250 million a year. We have I did a deal with her, right? I was, did a deal with her. So, you're talking once you start having those listings, you're talking with those people and then you're networking and it just becomes this big machine on its own.
Yeah, I love that. So then, what type of agent do you think perform best in the luxury market? Like, obviously, now I say this because I'm going to give some context. Agents who sell land and that's all they do have a different structure, different mindset, tend to be not always, but we're talking about consistent. We're not talking sporadically. Someone who sells luxury, someone who is typically, let's say, moving up, downsizing, right? Those are all often different types of agents and personalities, and they become so good at those because some part of them resonates with their target audience. So, what type of agent do you think? Again, we're not drawing a blanket picture. We're just saying from your experience, will perform best in the luxury market.
Somebody who's gonna you gotta show up knowing exactly what you're doing every day. Yeah, some days do I wake up in my calendar, I don't have much going on it. Yes, but that's on purpose, right?
Mm,
So you need to show up with um, really good intentions, really set your intention. Okay, so this is what I'm doing, and do what you say you're going to do. We all know that agent that says, oh, we're going to put out 45 signs at your open house and we're going to have a mimosa bar and we're going to have a blow up house, and they show up and they have two signs in the yard and that's the open house but you sold something else. I
mm.
don't care if you're in Austin or you're in a small town, word travels quickly. that you're not doing the job that you said you were going to do. So
Do
do
you
what you say
think
you're going to do.
do you think there's less, because those principles apply to anyone doing anything.
Hmm.
So do you think there's less forgiveness though in the
Yes.
luxury market because they're used to a higher standard? They're used to more. And so when they receive less,
Yeah.
there's just less room, less forgiveness.
There's way less forgiveness because there's somebody just as good or better than you waiting to take that listing over, right?
Ooh.
I just took over a development firm's listings and it to the tune of $15 million worth of listings. And there was an agent that was a pretty big broker in town, and she's no longer with them. I was sitting there waiting, chomping at her heels to get those listings. I was.
Yeah.
It's competitive. It's very competitive. You need to show up. You need to be polished and show up to what you're doing. Your cadence is going to be a little bit different with when you're speaking to these individuals, right? You're not going to bother them during the day because they're usually executives and CEOs. You're going to have different cadences with your transaction. My transaction team, my assistants know we don't send out daily emails. That's annoying, right? That's annoying.
Yeah.
We don't communicate if we've got a lead from an open house. We don't communicate with them on the same cadence of everybody says follow up with them every day. I don't do
Do you
that.
remember Ryan Sherhan's story where he said 10 years,
10 years.
10 years he followed up with that one lead,
Mhm.
his first ever luxury.
I have that story on my office wall
Yeah.
because and he's got one of his very first, if you guys want to break into luxury, I'm amazing, but Ryan Serhant is definitely the goat.
He's in a league of his own.
He is my favorite because he started with nothing. He was getting a card declined. I'm actually a product of Serhant coaching. I do his coaching program. So take a look at that. His books, all his stuff is free.
You
That
get
sort of
that
stuff
free
is
now
free.
though, don't you?
Yeah, his stuff is all free. That sort of stuff. Take a
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
Monica's asking, what do I say or leave while door knocking? That depends. I do handwritten notes because I'm from 1874. Um, it's true. No, but I will handwrite 20 cards. Or you can, if you have a Cricut will handwrite those for you as well. But I handwrite cards. I actually have them sitting right here. So see, I have like this box of cards, and they're from Costco, and they're just blank
Hey, I
cards.
did the same thing.
Yeah, they're just blank cards. I write them out. I do that on Wednesday mornings. It takes me an hour. Or if you see me on a flight ever, if you see me going to PowerCon, I'll be doing that on the flight from Austin to Nashville. So I have them ready to go, and I just fill in the address, drop them off. And I lots of times will knock the door. I won't just leave on the door. I'll knock the door because I usually have a builder that's interested in buying the older homes in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So have something
Smart.
of value with
And
you,
that comes
right?
from knowing
Yeah.
your target audience, knowing who you're working with, what their needs are. So,
Exactly.
we got everybody back from the breakout rooms. Welcome, guys. How did it go? Give me the good, the bad, the ugly in the chat. Let me know how it went. Just writing down your list of what am I willing to do for these luxury open houses. What am I willing to do? Give me some of the stuff you're willing to do. Let's see some ideas. Like, let's see what some of you guys came up with. And again, this isn't complicated. So don't worry if everybody says door knocking. The important part is that you're telling the truth. That is the important part. Because a lot of agents, just gonna say it, you may hate me for it, a lot of agents lie. I will door knock. Will you? You did it one time, and then you said from every time on that you would do it, but then you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what are you willing to do? That's the most important thing. What am I actually willing to do? Okay? Very, very important. Christina, we'll get into questions, everything. Don't worry, it's coming right up. But I love these ideas. I'm not door knocking. Andrea, it's okay. It's okay. You've got to find. I struggled with cold calling when I started in real estate, but I knew I still needed lead gen. And that led me to a path of discovering how I did Facebook groups. And I never looked back.
however you door knock, it doesn't have to be physical, right? We have social media, we have all those sort of things. You can hashtag the neighborhood and then it goes out and doesn't cost you anything,
Ooh, so
right?
good. Oh my
Like
gosh.
what, so and then you do content for the builder. You have access. That's what's so great about these builder ones. And I'm not saying that's the only way to break into luxury, but you have carte blanche with that because there's nobody living there. It's got beautiful staging. You say, hey, I want to go in on a Wednesday and film some content. They say, go ahead, film the content, do whatever you want. And yeah, they might have agents, but do they have an agent as good as you? No.
This is killer, guys. You don't even know how much gold. Okay, this is an impromptu question for you guys. Okay, if Drew, I'm out there. If Drew did like a breaking into luxury challenge, would you guys? You know how we do like our 100K in 100 days challenge, right? Walt, Chris, and myself. I'm just thinking about all the gold right now live that Drew is dropping that we can't get into because of time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like Drew needs to do like a challenge where it's like the 100K challenge, but instead it's breaking into luxury. Would you guys be in on that? Type I'm in the chat, and we'll use that as pressure towards Drew to do this.
I see what you're doing. Desiree, I see that you said that the builders strongly forbid you. Okay, so now you're just going to pivot. Do you have a luxury agent in your area? Pivot, find that luxury agent because lots of luxury agents don't want to get their hands dirty. They're not doing open houses. Some luxury clients won't let you either, but you can host an open house. You want, yeah, like Vicky said, you hosting their listing open is better than them hosting it open, right? Because you get honest feedback. But you just keep asking. You'll find somebody. You'll find somebody.
All right, guys. So take action. This is what you're going to be doing this week. Pull up your calendar right now. Schedule at least a 1 hour time block today or tomorrow. Your goal is to write down at least 10 builders and 10 luxury agents in your area with active listings. Okay. Ones that are actively in your market working. Okay. Clear on that? That's your goal. And then you're going to send them the luxury open house text. That's it. That's it. And then share your results in the Agent Alliance Facebook group.
And what's the worst they can say? No. That's the
They weren't
worst they
talking
can
to you
say.
anyway. It was already a no.
It was already a no. So to make it a yes. And if you don't get yeses this week, follow back up and do it again the week after from your open house that you're hosting this weekend, right? If you're hosting one, show them this is what I'm out doing.
That's right.
So
And Clarence, yes, we will be posting the text. We're going to give you all of that in the newsletter. It's so much easier. You'll get the slides, the text, everything. We'll take really good care of you. So last question for you, Drew, and before we get into Q&A for a couple minutes is most agents won't even take the first step. What will they miss out on if they don't do this? What are they missing out on?
You're missing out on being in beautiful homes. You're missing out on $60,000 commission checks. You're missing out on the freedom. We all work for money to get the freedom, right? You're missing out on let's marry those two things, right? You're missing out on all of those things. If you're going to do the work, I have agents that they love that $300,000 price point. They move and they go and they shake and they do it. My brain doesn't work that way. I like to manage 3 or 4 clients at a time. That's it. I hit my bandwidth, right? Because I'm such a micromanager. So you're missing out on that freedom of your time.
And so speaking on that, if we can get personal, Drew, what are some things you didn't miss out on with your youngest daughter, which you said you will not make this mistake again? What are some things that you got to go to, recitals, events, birthdays? Like, what are some things that you got to be a part of now?
All of it. I get to be a part of all of it, all of it. After I get off this meeting, I have an hour blocked out to go swimming. I'm gonna go do it because I get to. I've done my work. I've done it. I have all my open house cards done. Yeah, sometimes am I working at 7 p.m. at night? Am I taking calls? Yes. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, right? But it affords me the time. I don't miss. I pick her up from school most days. I have a lovely husband that, doesn't have to work as much. as he used to. So we spend more time together. I'm going to PowerCon. I'm not worried about,
Woohoo.
I just don't have anything going on, right? I just blocked it out. I'm not doing anything. My assistants will take care of it. I have assistants to do my paperwork too. Remember
Let's
that.
go.
You're going to want that. Trust me.
This is awesome. Thank you, Drew.
Mhm.
Guys, everything will be in the newsletter. We've now hit over 1,000 subscribers just in the last few months. Um, so that's pretty cool. Thank you guys. So many of you are subscribers here. So if you want Drew's personal cheat sheet that her and I worked on of just some of the things that she does for luxury clients, you saw a couple in the text. There's a couple more that she does. We'll drop them in that for you. A chance to snag a private one-on-one coaching call with Drew. Drew, did I actually ask you to do that yet? Did I asked you, right?
I'm here. I'll do
Did I
it.
just
No
volunteer
problem.
that?
You
Normally
just
I ask in
volunteered me.
advance. Lisa,
No,
we need to
that's
make a
fine.
checklist that I ask this before I put it in the slide.
That's okay. I love elevating other agents. I love helping you guys. So I'm accessible. Call me, text me, email me, whatever you need to do. I'm accessible if you have any questions.
Sweet. Okay. So Drew said yes, she'll do the
Yeah.
one-on-one. Well, we raffle one away. So in July, we're gonna raffle one away for
Yeah.
people who are active. So that's awesome. Again, you'll get the replay, the slides, the text message, all of that. And then also the mistakes that Drew sees agents make that totally sabotage their success in luxury. We're going to put that in the newsletter. So make sure you subscribe there. It's in the chat right now for everybody. Subscribe to that newsletter. And then while we're doing that, any last questions for Drew before she needs to go? Christine, I know earlier you had your hand up. Did you get that question answered in the chat? If not, I can unmute you and you can ask your question. You just let me know. And anybody else drop? Okay, good. Christina, you're good. All right. I know we kind of, Drew was awesome. Answered a couple questions along the way. Anybody else got questions for Drew? Drop them in the chat right now. Raise your hand. If your video is on, you're allowed to be unmuted. If your video is not on, you won't be unmuted. It's a strict rule that we actually started implementing. It actually protects the Zoom from people who are doing facetious things. So sad that that's a real thing. Also, it's just a way to get you guys to be more active with your video.
Desiree,
No.
do I book consultations? Yes. Yeah. If you have any questions, you reach out, and then Rob and I are going to get going on that luxury challenge as well in the future. So there'll be that as well.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man. Let's go. That's gonna be so awesome. I'm excited. I'm not even trying to break into luxury, but I want to do it now.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. You guys can follow me on my journey. I'll show you what we're doing. There's some
I
fun
think that's
stuff going on
awesome.
here.
All right, so yes on the consultations. Any other questions we missed, guys? Drop them in the chat. Drew's only got a couple minutes left, so get them in quick. We want to be mindful of our time and not take you away from swimming.
Yes, right.
Seriously.
Summer
I value.
vacation. Summer
Yeah,
vacation.
I deeply value. Bye, everybody who's heading off. I know we're right on time. Thank you so much. Yeah. Desiree, that agent's probably doing something right. If you're seeing them all over in the market, they want to be known.
Call them, text them, see if they have a listing for you to hold open. Make friends with them. What's like,
And
doesn't always
Drew,
have to
I
be
actually I
competition.
know Desiree personally, extremely organized, attention to detail, um, like so some really great qualities that could immediately like adapt to that.
Perfect.
So,
Let's
thank
do
you.
it, Desiree. Let's get you moving.
Let's go. All right, guys. I'm gonna assume there's no more questions. We will be making a post inside the Agent Alliance Facebook group, and we'll tag Drew in it. So if you have questions or even just some problems that come up, some like I'm running into this issue, you can drop them there. We'll take good care of you. Drew, thanks for being so amazing and just crushing it. Like I think everybody's ready to break into luxury now. They're like, come on now, you inspired them. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, let's do it. Have a good rest of your day, guys.
All right. See everybody. Have a good one. Thank you again, Drew. You rock.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're shutting down the call. I hope you had a blast. Remember, newsletter, subscribe. It'll be on Friday. You'll get all the free stuff, slideshows, resources, chance to win a call with Drew. Join the Facebook group. We'll answer more questions. We got your back. We're going to take so good care of you. So thanks for being here. And